What's up? It's your boy Enigma back with another Mind of a Black Author perspective, and today we're going to talk about my latest book that's going to drop on July 3rd, entitled Illustrious, Solitude. So the book has a character called Serena, and before we jump into discussing any behind the scenes stuff, I figured it's probably best to just go ahead and show you the trailer. So if you haven't seen the trailer, I'm about to play that right now, and then we'll kind of talk about it here in just a moment. And for those who are just listening to the audio version, you'll still hear it, won't be able to see the scenes, but this is a live taping. Basically, this is a video. I'm here. So let's go ahead and just run the commercial real quick and tell me what you think.
My girl seems to think you're the one for this job. You think you can handle a woman being on top of you? You have to understand, whenever I ask you a question, I want an answer. None of that "it's my personal life" bullshit. You no longer have a personal life. Your priority is me, anytime, anywhere. Are we clear? Look, Dee. He told me y'all was married, okay? Did it stop him from fucking me? To be honest, I did you a favor, girl. And to keep it 100, I demand an apology. You are on my kill list. I just want you to know that right now. I wasn't always this fucked up, you know? I think it's time to have the talk we've been waiting for. That's not true. Please, Cade, don't do this. I was only 17. Please, let's not do this today of all days. It wasn't just a friendly fuck. It was my child. I gave up my child for you. I want this to be clear. You will never be a singer or any shit like that. You don't get to achieve your dreams. With what you did to me, that's your punishment. You will do exactly what I say when I say it. If I tell you to clean up shit off the floor, you do it. Cook my meals, you do it. Fluff some guy's dick I'm trying to get off, you'll do it, no questions asked. You fuck up once, you're out. You fucking bastard! I gave you my motherfucking heart and this is how you do me? Fuck healing! I gave up my child for this asshole! And now he's out there living his best fucking life with a family? In what world is that right? My baby is dead, Cade. Dead! He doesn't get to have a free pass for that shit. Anyone can have sex. To be in love and really mean it? Well, that's something different. I feel that now. The sex is done, and I still feel it. That tells me it's not about passion. It's about you. And I want to share with the world the man who saved me. I want to show them the man that I love.
Wow, that was crazy. I know y'all saw it too. It was trippy. So the animation was done by me, and shout out to the voice actress. She did a fantastic job. I wanted to say phenomenal, but went to fantastic. Either way, she did a great job there. I didn't want to add any of my voice in there to throw off the magic that she did. I just wanted to really voice the character of Serena. And here's the book cover right here. And as you can tell, Serena is just that girl. You know, just get a good glance at it. So to kind of talk about what this book is about, Serena is a pop star. So think Beyonce, only bigger. She's closing into $1 billion net worth. She has the money, she has the fame, she has the power, but yet she lives such a miserable life. And it's because of a traumatic experience going up in the game, the music game, years earlier, and she won't let it go. She's very vengeful. She's very petty. She's a lot of freaking things. So this concept came to me. Actually, this was based on a dream. For those who've been with me for a while, you should know that the script I wrote on this a while back, and I'm going to put the old cover up here just in case you forgot, because I'm sure you may not have read the script, but you do remember me creating this fake little movie trailer poster thing. And what it was based on a dream that I had, and there's a scene in the book where Serena is calling Cade. She's kind of pleading with him. She's on the phone, leaving a message, crying and stuff like that. Well, this is what the dream was based off of. And just off of that little bit, I was able to create this character, this world. And when I didn't really know where I wanted to go with it. I just wanted to show a behind the scenes type thing for these superstars. I know a lot of times we put them on pedestals and things like that and make them seem like they're superheroes. But in reality, these superstars are just like me and you. They deal with trauma. They deal with other things. The only difference is money isn't a problem for them. You know, most of them have money. So all the problems that we have with money, because money will solve probably 99% of my problems, I'm sure for you too. But all those problems that we have with money, they just don't have. Now, they are not immune to traumatic experiences or, mental aspects and things like that. And that's what I wanted to show. And just a side note, I'm watching that HBO Idol series. I really thought that they were going to do something like that, really talk about it, but apparently not. I mean, they're too busy trying to sexualize everything, but it is what it is. But this is what I was talking about. So this book kind of deals with that and deals with the traumatic experience that she's had. Now, the thing about Serena is she's a person who likes to have power. And I'll go ahead and talk about the first chapter in its entirety. When we first meet Serena, she's basically supposed to do a talk show, and her publicist, a female publicist that she had, is trying to find her because it's getting down to the wire. They need to get her set up, makeup, blah, blah, blah. And she's looking for her. She goes into her dressing room only to find Serena having sex with her husband. And the reason Serena did this, and I'm not going to say why, you're going to have to read the book for that, but the reason she did it, there's a legit reason for it, but this is the type of person that she is. And I really wanted to show that early on. She's a very vengeful character. So if you cross her, she goes for the jugular. And one of the reasons she attacked her publicist's husband is because her publicist always talked about her husband this and husband that. And it was just a weak point, and that's what she wanted to attack. So, this is what Serena does. She's going to get you at your weak point. So if she knows what it is, she's going to attack it if you cross her. And so nobody really dealt with her childhood trauma. I mean, she has her childhood friend who was working with her, Kenya, but Kenya is part of that problem. And she's really just with her because she feels guilty about what she did to her friend in the past. And her friend, Serena, has basically just hired her just to torment her as much as she can. So pretty much, this is how this woman is. She's a very vengeful person, and she doesn't play around, which is part of the story. And when Cade, who is her new publicist that she hires, comes into the picture, he's the only one that tries to address the trauma because everybody else around Serena is basically scared of her. Matter of fact, she doesn't have anybody around her. She's basically isolated herself into this illustrious solitude, hence the book name. And the only person that she sees daily prior to Cade is Kenya, and Kenya's not going to push back on her. So basically her trauma and her vengefulness, it just remains unchecked. So whatever she wants to do, she does it. She does need a publicist though, because in the eyes of the fans, she is like the greatest person in the world. So that goes to show you that different celebrities, they are one way behind the scenes, because behind the scenes, she's mean, she's ruthless, she's, petty. But in the public eye, she's smiling, she waves, she kisses fans. She basically needs that image to maintain because that's part of the way she makes her money. And that's why she has a publicist, to when things goes wrong, that a publicist can clear it up. And she relies on that. So that's an important position to her. But either way, that's not the real Serena. And so Cade gets there, And one of the things in the trailer that you saw is that Serena is basically sitting on a couch, basically pretty much naked, having drinks, and Cade is in there with his business suit. And that's how Serena is. She wants to keep that leverage. So that was actually the first time that she met Cade. It was part of the interview. He walks in, has to deal with her. And in the story, basically, she's topless. She has her bottoms on. Don't, get all crazy on me. But she's topless. She wants to make him uncomfortable. She wants to show, just that power over him, knowing that she can confuse him and put him under pressure. She likes to keep that type of power. So that scene was in the trailer if you missed it. Also in the trailer is the younger Serena talking about her trauma, which has to do with a child. And again, I'm not going to get into too many details on it, but this is the one thing that when you're going up in the music business, you have to sacrifice a lot. And Serena sacrificed her child only to get played in a certain situation. And this is the type of anger and pain that she's been holding on to, because Serena at this time in the story, she's in her early to mid 40s. Okay, so she's been around a while. She's the old diva now. She hasn't done much music since then, but she still has a bunch of businesses and things like that. So it really is one of those things where she's held on to this trauma way longer than she really should have. And when that's all then that's the type of life that you live. So it's really hard for her to open up to Cade at the beginning. But of course, being that this is a story, it's a man and a woman, of course, there's going to be a little lust-filled moments here. And some of it goes with Cade as far as he doesn't know, she's a client of his. He doesn't really know, should he continue with this? And Serena, she does things just because she can, It's not necessarily that she's trying to find a relationship in the situation. What she's trying to do is just fulfill a need of lust. I mean, she's had sex prior, obviously, but she's not had that sex that actually means something. It was more just to fulfill a lust, so to speak. So with that being said, there's really two different things that these, people are trying to accomplish here. And it's a great story. I mean, from beginning to end, it's been said to be some of my best work for people who have read my work in the past and the present. And this is based off a script. And the thing about the script was I really couldn't dig deeper into this relationship or into Serena's mentality, because in a script, you have to get everything done probably within an hour and a half to 2 hours maximum when you're writing a script. With a novel, though, I'm able to dig a little deeper and show a few extra scenes that I wouldn't have been able to do in the actual movie had it been made. So I was actually happy to be able to dig a little deeper between her and Kenya's relationship, and also show a little more about her and Cade and how they kind of had their little relationship going on. And it's really just the journey. I mean, the journey of dealing with somebody who's been through a traumatic experience and somebody who doesn't know anything but trauma. And she basically uses that for her entire life. And to really try to fight past all of that, to open up her heart, it is a challenge. Now, does he do that? Well, I mean, you have to read the book to see, but there's a lot that goes into that. And if you know my writings, I'm not the best with happy endings. I'm not saying he didn't get a happy ending or she didn't get a happy ending in the book, but you know how I am. There's always a bittersweet element to my writing. So I'm always, yes, certain things were accomplished and conquered, but not in the way that you think. So Illustrious Solitude, again, it's going to drop here in July the 3rd on Kindle. I do have some paperback and hardcover copies myself, so if you are interested in getting a signed copy, you can always hit me up, and I got you, trust me. And look at this cover one more time. This cover came out so well, and the reason I want to show it again is I made a mistake when I was putting this together. I actually normally put my hardcovers under a glossy finish, but I actually left it at matte, didn't pay attention, and when I got the book, I was just so like, oh my god, this cover is awesome. The matte finish of it is awesome. I mean, this really came out well. Most of my hardcovers in the future are going to come out like this, I promise you that. All right, so there's another thing I want to talk about here real quick, and that is what's called the Enigmaverse. So if you've been following me, you see the hashtag Enigmaverse. So what is the Enigmaverse? So when I created my writings, I wanted to put everything in the same universe. And there are numerous things that kind of connect everything. Even the sci-fi novels are connected to the full universe. And so I want to talk about a couple of items here that actually connect to the Enigmaverse as well. And so Illustrious Solitude, like I said, Serena is the main character. In the book, there's a scene where she's actually going out of town to interview for this possibility of hosting this reality show, and the reality show is called Team Experiment. If you remember, Team Experiment is the reality show in Devoted Reality where two people, co-workers who were working with each other, had an affair, figured they weren't going to see each other anymore, and end up reuniting on national television on the reality show Team Experiment. Well, this is the same show that she's going to interview for to host, so that's one connection. In Virtual Insanity, which also deals with another singer, the singer Jeremiah, she's so excited. She's throwing this party at her house, and she's so excited that Serena is actually coming to her party. And when Serena arrives to her home, she's like a, starstruck person, even though she's a big star herself, but she's such a starstruck person over Serena, and she's ready to go meet her and everything. She even passes up sex from her R&B boyfriend. So that is the same Serena that is in this book, just FYI. And then the final connection is the life within. In this book, Kenya and Cade are watching the award show, and they're a little drunk, and Cade looks at the award show. He's watching the TV. He was like, man, the camera makes Serena look real different on camera. He's a little tipsy or whatever. And Kenya points out, she's like, no, fool, that's Bellanay. And she's 17 years old. And this is the same Bellanay in the Life Within Zombie Apocalypse book. So yet another connection into the Enigmaverse. And I like having that Enigmaverse because it puts everything in full circle. You'll see one-lines here or there in different books that mention certain characters. And this is how I kind of keep the universe going. And only my true readers who've read all of my books will catch some of these. And so it's real fun. If you pay attention, you'll catch some of them, but those are the few that this one is connected to. So let's see, while you're reading it, do you catch it again? But anyways, again, this is the book dropping July the 3rd. Illustrious Solitude is going to be available in paperback, hardcover, and Kindle. And again, I have copies on hand. I'm also going to be at the Texas AuthorCon July 14th and July 15th. So I will have some copies there for purchase if you are interested at that. And if not, just come on out, have some fun. I'm going to drop the link and everything at the bottom here. It's a free entry, so you don't have to pay anything to get in. And basically, it's going to have 50 plus authors there. So really, it's going to be a lot of people out there. So come check us out. If you want to hang, take some pictures, do whatever, and purchase some books, feel free. But for everybody else, just check me out at www.enigmakid.com. That's www.enigmakid.com. And all of my work is listed there, and I'm just so happy to come out with my 24th book. And I'm still writing, so I still got a lot of things coming up, but right now it's kind of taking a secondary to this Texas AuthorCon is done. But I hope to see you all there, and as always, hit me up for anything that you need. I got you. Deuces.